kind of unnervingly quiet here. The shadow is going to do something right here. Not looking at it. Not looking at it. We'll help your oil. Held together only by a weak wooden frame, so we need to break it with something. It's kind of a disturbing room here. Apparently, someone was performing animal dissections. Who is that we heard about? In the woods? Gathering animals in burlap sacks? Sounds like someone dissected a dog. Poor dog. Oh. So is that
What a mess. I should have sharpened the saw. But I can sense it. It's definitely there.
Definitely there. He's looking for the Vitae compound. That's also what he was doing in the laboratory. If you read the research he was doing, artificial Vitae is what he's looking for, because he needs it for something. But hold on, we're gonna read his diary entry concerning the animal experiments. This is Alexander right here. If you come and look at this at low sanity, he'll look really warped and look crappy. Anatomy Frontiers. This is occurring in the 17th century. You see. Further disappointment. The antiquarian's latest findings yielded nothing. I'm still unable to grasp the inner workings of life and its relation to the power I sense within it. I shall pursue more books on the subject, but I suspect it will be in vain. Since no research has been made in my particular interest, I must attempt to fulfill that void myself. Clearly humans emanate more of the energy I seek, but I hope animals will suffice, as they will prove less of a hassle to apply. So that's why he's doing these. Trying to find something in humans, hoping to get it from animals. There's something here indicating whether he does. It's not in this room. But basically we need to come in this room. I like to use the stuffed rabbit. Poorly stuffed rabbit. Look at that. Some friend's gone there. And bye bugs. Let's set this out the window. Oh, the noise didn't suddenly stop, did it? There's the shadow. No, I turned my sound down. You'll probably be hearing it just as loud. Oh, we're losing sanity on here. So yeah, this is the only one to get past. If you were to continue down the hallway, there would be rocks blocking the passage. This is another one of his memory capsules. My turn. Have I not shown restraint? My patience spans centuries. From where I came, mankind has not even wasted a breath. Yet I bow to you. I have done so much for you, and I have gained nothing in return. Agrippa, I trust you. It was I who, in all fairness, should have entered that gate. So there's a gate somewhere. Somewhere he's trying to get. We already figured out he's probably trying to get back to where he came from. So maybe Agrippa went there? Or something? It's not exactly clear. This is the continuation of that hallway room. And if you had gone down, you would eventually hit this. So we needed to find another way, and we took the window path. Using the boxes. The reason we came here is for this. Flow cycle rod. And this is more of his findings on the animal shit. Oh, more oil. Elevator machine instructions. The elevator breaks down again. Make sure to use the steam engine to build up pressure before channeling it into the machinery. Up 8 and down 8. Trinity seam step functions, 4-phase amplitude, complete flow seam cycle, etc. Till all rods are inserted. But we just picked up one, so we need 2 more. The note also mentions, I think, there's spares in storage. So we need to go to the storage to get those other 2. The thing about up 8 and down 8 also comes in handy in a puzzle. Okay, Shadow's knocking out some trees, don't pay attention. Just getting in the way of our journey. You are too badass to pay attention to what you're doing, Shadow. Fuck you. Yep. So, let's go in there. There's one more thing we need. There's a key we're going to need. It's the guest room. Now, our first encounter with an attack-scripted enemy other than the Kerk is in here, but it can be avoided entirely to avoid completely unnecessary area of this room. But
My journal is gone. What would they want with my journal?
Let's see here. Alexander stole his journal, which is presumably why the pages are scattered all over the place. Here's a page.
2nd of July, 1839. I received a letter today from the Algerian governor's office disclosing the fate of Herbert's expedition. About a week after my departure, Abdullah, one of the men travelling with us, returned from the desert. He was badly injured, as if maimed by a lion. The man rambled deliriously about the expedition being attacked by something horrible. The French quickly dispatched a search party to look for the expedition. After searching for days, they found the camp abandoned without any trace of Herbert or his men. Tomorrow, I'll retrieve the things they recovered from Herbert's tent at the customs house. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm worried for him.
Okay, so yeah, we already heard the other guy's account of Agrippa's account of the Orb Guardian. So that's our account. Yeah, more pieces in here. Lots. Situationally useful. Another page.
3rd of July, 1839. Today I picked up Herbert's things at the customs house. I dug through the trove of documents he had carried and found a log detailing the expedition. The nature of this text ranged from quick notes to colourful accounts of transpired events. I skimmed the pages, trying to figure out what might have happened. May 17th, the day I was trapped inside the orb chamber, Herbert dryly states, "Recovered Daniel after 1 hour of entrapment." This confused me greatly. I was suffocating within minutes. How could I have lasted an hour? I continued reading the peculiar text. Herbert states his facts without judgment or passion, but suddenly I could read frustration into his text. He pushed his men to investigate the underground tomb, an effort which seems to have strained the minds of his men. Madness spread through the ranks, and Herbert had to take some extreme measures to continue. He finally visits the chamber himself, where he retrieves the orb to the surface. His account confuses me greatly. If he has the orb, what are those pieces in my drawing room?
Something else weird. Whoa, crazy shit. Oh, that stuff isn't really explained in detail. It's pretty much just meant to make you go, whoa, what's happening there? Cabinets. We're gonna learn in a second those aren't always good things. And the crowbars. To get into this room over here. Just gotta, oh, wrong thing. Just gotta jimmy the door open here. Pull on the crowbar. There we go. It's broken. Can't pick it up.
The key. Please, let it be here.
So the scripted monster attack occurs in this room if you trigger it. But the only way you trigger it is by moving anywhere near that dresser. Don't go near that dresser. Not at all. Stay on this side of the room the whole time.
4th of July, 1839. It's done. The orb is assembled. I was awakened by an exhausting nightmare. Shaking and sweating, I retired to the drawing room with a cup of tea. The relic pieces lay spread across the table as I'd left them, but somehow I knew how it was supposed to be. I fetched the tar, which I had prepared to fix the pieces together, and without fault I joined them, producing the orb I remembered so clearly. The tar proved unnecessary. It was pushed out from the joining pieces as they merged on their own, with no adhesive. The ancient stone relic now rests on my table. Its immaculate surface and perfect shape could have been molded by a factory. This is all too strange.
Indeed. You don't even know how strange. So yeah, that dresser design is an easy tutorial for avoiding monsters. Find the page.
Thank God, there it is. I guess it is a good place to hide it then.
Picked up the key. The dresser's design is an easy tutorial for avoiding monsters. because there's a door between us, because he would come out in that room. And you're already in a hiding spot if you go over there. But better to avoid it altogether, because, I mean, that's just an extra note that I don't feel like doing. So, medicine cabinet, something, sedatives, nothing related to the story, I think. So before we can go into the room that we just got the key for, we need to find those last 2 rods in storage. Storage is one of the not quite as fun areas. There are enemies in here. There are 2, I think, those fronts. A lot of good hiding spots. They will not appear until you pick something up, though, I'm pretty sure. So I'm just gonna dash through. Try to get to this first room. Over here. This room is our best friend. Okay? So we need pieces of the drill parts. No, we don't need to crouch in there. Okay, that up triggers the enemy to come out. He will not come in here on his own. I don't think. So, crouch in the dark, losing sanity is worth living. Okay? He's out there in that main room. I didn't see him. There is a back door here. I didn't see him nearby. Wasn't an inexplicable force. Okay. We do still have to get to the area though, so now we gotta sneak. No lights. Lights are bad. Lights can get you killed. We have pretty high sanity right now, so it won't be a detriment, probably. Keep the lights off, stay sneaking, and you should usually be able to catch a glimpse of them before they notice you. If they do notice you, this horrible, awful whine will start playing, which indicates that they are chasing you. At that point, you run for cover. If they hit you, it's not the end of the world. There is actually a way to kite runts to have them keep chasing you, but not have them hit you ever. It takes advantage of their speed and their charge mechanic. We can't use this yet. We need the other drill parts. I think there are 2 or 1.
Is anyone there?
This is a good hiding room. There aren't enemies in here. Okay. Come on, drill part. There we go. Oh, there is 1 more. Oh, shit. The door. I'm not sure if they come down here. Just need that 3rd drill part. Is it over here? I'm gonna hope it's over here. Come on, drill part. Unless... No, that room is bad. I'm going that way. One of the rooms in this area has an enemy in it, but nothing useful. Nothing like at all other than the enemy. This is where we need to be. So yeah, if we can identify that room before we open the door to it, that'd be great, because we don't want to be unleashing another trifecta of useful stuff. Fortunately, there is no sanity salve. Come on, drill part, where you at? I need you. I want the drill part. Damn it. You gotta go out again. Thought I saw him there for a second. Again, I'm not sure if they even come down to this area. But let's just assume they do. Because keeping the lights on is parts of it when you can actually... We're gonna need to pick this up and come out of it. I forget how we're supposed to figure that out. But, yeah, we got half full now. And there's one other chemical we need. Here. There are parts of this game that I've done where I was trying to get to an area and I died on my way to get there. But then when I respawned after dying, I was in the place I was trying to get. Like, I don't know how it works. Like, in some cases, I've actually managed to get around an enemy by letting him kill me. It's weird. This is one of the more difficult to avoid. Just stay out of the light. It's only down this hallway right now. You can peek around corners like this. Oh, flashback.
Please, let me go. I won't tell anyone, I swear. I just want to go home.
So don't unsneeze. Just for...
No! Get away from me! Leave me alone!
That's the voice we heard in the main hall. If I remember correctly. And we can hear that voice again here. Okay, we want to unsneak here. Because we're in light, so we'd be screwed if we saw an enemy anyway. But also because we're gonna need to run. Okay. We don't want to be dead. Shit, we need to throw something at it. Throw a rock. I got it. Wow. Damn it. That was a pitiful throw if ever I've seen one. And this lighter one will go further. There we go. Alright. That noise might cause attention. So let's get out of here right quick. Don't waste it. Light. Get around the corner. Quickly, please. Place is dark and unfriendly. Over here. No, not it. Flashback.
Why are you doing this? Get away from
I
me!
can ruin this enemy, I think. But, I don't care. You're safe from it anyway.